If you're struggling with beat block or you're just lacking inspiration, then here are some tips to improve your soul sample game. First, let's start off with the chord progressions. With these, you don't want to make them sound too full, as we will be creating the melody later inside of these chords, so you want enough space to play around in them. For example, here we are in D sharp minor, and you can see how the chords are very open, and because of this, not only do they sound cleaner and natural, but they also flow better. You'll see as well that the A note and the C notes are not in key. This creates a tone dissonance, and genres like soul and jazz have been built upon artists using these tones and chords for decades, as it adds to the emotion. For the top line of this chord progression, you can see that it has been built off the main triad chord. So if I bring this down by 2 octaves, you can see that it's still A sharp, F sharp, E sharp, and D sharp, but they are just shorter and they're played in a different variation, which is also the same for the next part of this top line, which leads on for the rest of the chord progression. Another way from stopping your soul samples from lacking is by adding layers. For this first layer, what I added was some strings using session strings from Native Instruments. I got rid of the excess notes from the piano chords and I just kept the bass triad chords just to make it sound cleaner. Doing stuff like this is a simple way to make a massive difference in your sound. So you can see the bass for this sample wasn't too complicated. I just took the bass notes from the piano chords and made that the bass line just with no special notes. I have the bass velocity turned up to full so that overall you can feel the bass more than you can listen to. So for the rest of the brass, woodwinds and choirs, I kept it very simple. You can see here that with the choir, I just got rid of the extra 1 chord as it sounded too jumpy going from the one set of triads to the other. This just makes it cleaner and has a better overall tone. One of the most final, probably the most important tip I can give you is to not get too complicated with the mixing. You'll see for a very minimum, the only sort of thing over all these tracks I have is just an EQ. The only one that's different is the strings, where I have a RAW preset on. But if you want that, then just feel free to comment down below and we'll send it out to you. And finally, overall, I added a Pre-V76. I love this plugin at the minute. It's my go-to. It's just a very nice preamp by Ulterior, and I just use the output trim and I just turn it up by 1 decibel.